Hey there, Morgan Maley from Breakthrough Fitness, and I am coming to you from my basement, and I am going to do an at-home workout and record and teach so that you at home can follow along for an at-home workout. I am recording this just prior to our holiday break in 2023. So we are closed from December 24th through January 1st. But if you are feeling like you're going to be missing your workout or any other time of the year that you need an at-home workout with little minimal equipment or even no equipment, you're traveling and just want to move your body, this is a very accessible workout that you can do anytime. I do have some equipment at home, but I don't have a lot because I'm usually at the gym. So I do keep a small kettlebell, 2 sets of dumbbells, one lighter, one a little bit heavier, and some long bands, some short bands, and an exercise ball, as well as a yoga mat and yoga blocks. But you definitely do not need all of that equipment, and there's lots more out there you can get. If at-home training is more your style, we can do that too. But here is an at-home workout that you can follow along, and if you have any questions, you can leave a comment or send us a message. So to get started, we're going to start with lower body, and we're going to start with a glute bridge. So you're going to lay flat on your back, and we have 3 options for the glute bridge. So you can lay all the way flat, both feet on the floor. You're going to keep your abdominals engaged and just lift your hips up and go up and down that way. You can hold your hips in the air for the next kind of level up and alternate picking up a foot, or you can go up and down on one foot. So keep one foot on the ground, one foot in the air, and lift. Try and squeeze that glute. With at-home training, we can't train to failure the same way we do when you have a trainer spotting you. So I want you to pick a resistance that's going to be challenging for 12 reps, but we'll do a couple of different exercises to hit each muscle group and still get fatigued. So pick what style you're going to go with, aim for 12 reps. I'm going to pick the middle intensity. So I'm going to lift my hips up and alternate picking up a foot, 12 each leg. Here we go. And while you're going here, your focus should be on keeping your abdominals engaged and your glutes engaged. Neck is relaxed. Try and keep your arms loose. You can even put your arms in the air if you feel like, so that you're really using your abdominals and your glutes to keep you balanced. Keep those hips nice and high off the ground. Even if you're going up and down with your glutes, I don't want you to rest your hips on the ground. I'm on an 8 each leg. When we get to 12, we're going to do a 10-second hold at the top. Keep breathing, 1 more each leg. And hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. All right. Next up, we're gonna go right into a stationary lunge. You can hold weights or use body weight for this. So what you're gonna do is just take a nice long step out, make sure your shoulders are over your hips, and then we're gonna drop that back knee straight down. I'm gonna just grab some dumbbells. You can also hold on to anything heavy if you don't have dumbbells, but you wanna feel challenged. And we're gonna do 12 in a row on each leg individually. Here we go. Back knee getting as low as you can, keeping a small bend in that front leg. Going for 12 on each leg. That's 2. Make sure that back knee is dropping straight to the floor, not caving in. Halfway on this first leg, pushing through that front heel. Try not to shift into the ball of your foot. Shoulders back, not leaning forward. 2 more. And then once you hit 12, we're just gonna switch. We're gonna go right into that second leg. Here we go. Doing great. Nice and low. Keeping those abs tight, just over halfway. Two more. And good. Nice job. All right, you can set your weights down if you have them. Next up, we are gonna do a leg curl. Now, we have a couple options for leg curl, and that includes either using a ball or a small band, or if you don't have either of those, you can take paper plates on carpeting. So I'll kind of show you each of those. But for the ball version, you're just gonna lay on your back, similar to the glute bridge, feet up, lift your hips, roll that ball in, hands off the ground for a little bit more abdominal work. Further out your arms are, makes it a little bit easier. If you don't have a ball but you have a band, you can hook the band around your feet. One arch of your foot, one all the way through, and then you're gonna lay on your stomach and curl that heel straight back towards you. And lastly, if you don't have either of those, but you have carpet and a paper plate, you can lay kind of like the ball, but you're just gonna put your heels on the plate and then dig those heels in, either one at a time or both at the same time. So find what works for you. I'm gonna demonstrate the leg curl with the band. If you have a long band, you can also anchor that to a door or a railing so that the band is kind of behind you and you're pulling towards you. So we're gonna go for 12 reps. Here we go. And we are targeting your hamstring with the leg curl. Try and keep everything else out of it, especially if you're doing the band version. Your glutes are gonna work a little bit if you're using the stability ball, your abs. But we're really trying to dig into those hamstrings. If you're finding yourself sitting more than usual during the holidays, you can get really tight, and this is working kind of those posterior chain muscles that get tight when you sit a lot. Two more. Last one, and hold it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. And then we are going to switch. If you did leg curl with the ball, you can either rest or do a second set, whatever feels best to you. If you're doing the band leg curl, make sure that heel is going straight towards your glute, not caving into the middle. Doing great, just over halfway. Try and get those knees to at least a 90-degree bend if you can. Last one, and we're gonna hold it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, and now we're gonna target your gluteus medius. So if you have a small band, keep that and just shift it up to above your knees. If you don't have a band, you can still do this just body weight and really focus on how slow and controlled you're going. You can also have someone else apply some pressure to your upper leg. But what we're gonna do is lay on your side, bottom leg bent to stabilize you, top leg straight, toe pulled back, and we are just gonna raise this top leg straight up towards the ceiling. Get a good pause, feel that glute. It's gonna kind of be on the side and return. If it's uncomfortable to lay on your side and you have a band, you can put the band around your ankles and do side steps laterally. That's another option. There's always solutions when you're working out at home. We just have to find what works for you. So if you're trying this as a first-time virtual workout and surprised at what you're able to do at home and you're interested in more, let me know. We're still trying to get to that 12, but it should be challenging. 2 more. Last one and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. And we're gonna go right into that other side. If you did choose to do band walks, I would recommend doing more than 12 steps in each direction. I would say about 24 in each. And try and keep your range of motion. I picked a tighter band than I probably should have here. Doing great. Keep breathing through it. We're still trying to follow that 2-4 count. 2 more. Last one and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew, and that second side is always harder. All right, and last but not least for lower body is we're gonna go into some squats. Now, if squats don't feel good, you can just do a stationary wall sit, holding as low as you feel like you can. You can do a ball squat with the ball up against the wall. With my setup, I can't demonstrate that from this angle, but if you have questions on that, send me a message. Or you can use dumbbells or a kettlebell or your body weight. So I've got my kettlebell. If you have dumbbells, you can hold them just like a kettlebell at your sides or even up. We want our feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart if you're doing squats in space. If you're doing ball squats, shoulder width apart. And then we're gonna sit back in your heels, go as low as you can, and then keeping a small bend at the top. Here we go. Going nice and slow, keeping those abs engaged. If you have any knee, hip, or back pain, just use what range feels good to you. Part of the reason too why I wanted to record this at my house is because I'm really passionate about making training accessible and showing that there's different options for you no matter what or where you are, and also showing some real life. So you might hear my baby crying, the dog barking. and that is just part of real life and training at Breakthrough Fitness. One more, we're gonna go up, down, and hold about halfway, burn out those legs. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Whew. If we always waited for the perfect moment to get started working out or finding a time to work out, it would almost never happen. And I also don't mind also if in-person training or virtual training, kids, pets, family come in. I think it's good to share health and a healthy lifestyle and working out. So if that felt easy for you, I would recommend doing another round of it. If you really were able to challenge yourself, one round is good. I'm gonna stick with one round today because I'm keeping this a nice, efficient, just move my body kind of workout going into the holidays. But like I said, you can always pause and do another round, another set to make it a little bit harder if you need to. All right, going on to upper body. With upper body, we're gonna start with doing a chest press. And I'm gonna take a quick sip of water. You can too if you're in between. But with chest press, if you don't have any weights, you can do push-ups, and that doesn't mean you have to do them on the floor from your toes. You can do them from your knees. You can also do them on an elevated surface. So this couch is kind of squishy, but you can kind of put your hands on a chair and that'll make it a little bit easier too if you don't want to go down to your knees. I'm going to show a chest press from the ball. You can do it from a ball or a bench, your couch, whatever allows you to move. Or you can just do it laying on your back on the floor. That's fine too. But we're going to roll out, and then I want your elbows to kind of be at a 45-degree angle from your body, and we are going for 12 reps. Here we go. And you want to bring the dumbbells together in the middle and then let your arms kind of come out towards your armpits at the side. If you have any shoulder pain, your elbows closer to your body might feel better, more of a neutral grip. And just keep breathing. Good, we're gonna do 2 more. Last one, we're gonna come down in 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, you can set those weights down. We are gonna go into a dumbbell row. If you don't have dumbbells, you can use a band. You can use a doorway. So if you don't have any equipment, if you kind of lean back in a doorway and pull yourself forward, that's the best makeshift row that I can do. If you have a long band, you can either attach it to something or sit on the floor and put the band around your feet. Or if you have a dumbbell, you can kneel on the floor or an elevated surface. I'm going to demonstrate kneeling on the floor. I like to be a little bit elevated, so I just put my hand on a yoga block because then I feel like I can get better range of motion. But what we're going to do is we're going to keep a nice long spine. Same thing if you're sitting up, you always want a nice long spine, and then your elbows are pulling back behind you, pausing, and then keeping a small bend in the elbow at the bottom. We're going to go for 12 on each side. Here we go. And make sure this opposite arm, your shoulder is pulled down and back as well. You don't want your shoulder up by your ear. And your back and your biceps are pretty strong, so you Want to use a heavier weight if you have it, or double up on weights, or double up on sets. So just like lower body, you'll have the option to repeat this sequence if you have the time to do so. And if it felt pretty easy the first time around, I would recommend that. 2 more. And hold at the top. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. All right, and then we're gonna go into the other side. And right into it, pull that elbow up and back, squeeze behind the shoulder blade. Here's my dog. All right, hi Nala. Like I said, we're recording real life here. And as you know, holidays bring real life craziness, chaoticness, loss of routine sometimes. So sometimes you just gotta do the best you can, and it might not always be your personal best, and that's okay. Or maybe the downtime is really refreshing for you, and you do have personal bests, and that's awesome too. 2 more on this side, and we're gonna hold at the top. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. All right, next up we're gonna do some bicep curls. Again, if you don't have any equipment, if you have like a belt or a rope or something that you can either sit or stand on and pull up on in an isometric hold at 90 degrees, that will work. Also, long bands are great to stand on and do bicep curls, or dumbbells work as well. So whatever works best for you. We're gonna hold your elbows in at 90 degrees, and then we're gonna curl up. Again, if you have shoulder pain or even elbow pain, a neutral grip might feel better. And if you're just holding on to something, you can just hold at a 90-degree bend and pull up. So we're doing an isometric bicep curl, but we're gonna go for 12 reps, and we'll hold for 10 on the last one. Here we go. And even here, I want you to notice your posture. Make sure you're standing up nice and tall. Engage your abdominal muscles. I don't want you to lean forward or arching back or swinging your arms. I want you to be really strong throughout. Doing great. Two more. Keeping this nice steady pace. Last one, we're gonna come all the way up and then come halfway down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. All right. Now we are going to go into an overhead press. You can do this seated or standing. Again, you can do it with dumbbells or a band. If you don't have any equipment, you can either do lateral raises, just body weight, nice and slow, will burn your shoulders, or even go in a doorway and press up, again, isometrically. That will do the trick. If you do have any shoulder injuries, you can also do some lateral and front raises. Whatever feels good on your body, choose that option. If I'm doing an overhead press, I always like to sit. So I'm gonna sit on my ball. I just feel like I can stabilize. I'm less worried about my upper body in general and more focused on my shoulders if I'm sitting. And just like the chest press, you want to bring your elbows kind of in front of you 45 degrees. You don't want your elbow and shoulder way back. That kind of pushes all of your rotator cuff back into your scapula and can cause irritation even if you have healthy shoulders. So we're going to bring hands up by the ears if you're doing an overhead press, by your sides if you're doing any lateral raising, and we're going to go for 12 and hold for 10 if you're doing a lateral raise, down in 10 if you're doing overhead press with me. Here we go. Nice and tall. Halfway. Now check in with your neck. Make sure that you're not shrugging at the top. This should not be going into your neck. If it is, make that your last rep. We want to feel this in the shoulders, maybe the triceps. Two more. And down in 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, and then we are gonna do a set of tricep extensions. I like to do tricep extensions overhead. You can also do a tricep kickback if you'd like. If you have pain with overhead movement, you can do a tricep kickback. So you're gonna kneel on the ground like I was on the row, keep your elbow high, and then just extend straight behind you. For overhead extension, we'll hold our elbows up, drop down, press straight up. We're gonna go for 12 of those. No hold or down slow, because then you end at the bottom and you can hit yourself in the head. So just bring that down carefully in front when you're all finished. We're gonna go for 12. Here we go. Going nice and slow. And really try and get that full extension to feel your triceps lighting up here. Keep breathing. Two more. And bring that down in front. And to finish our upper body, we are gonna do one more set of rows. And I do 2 sets of rows because it's really hard to work all of the back muscles at home, and we wanna make sure that we're really fully fatiguing that. You can do whatever version you did last time. I'm gonna change it up just to demonstrate how to do a band row. And again, because of where I am in the room, I can't have this attached. I do have a door anchor that I can attach this to and then anchor it, but I'm just gonna anchor it to my feet. And then because the band is a little long, I don't need to use the handles. I just hold up a little bit further on the band. And then I'm sitting up nice and tall, pulling my elbows straight back. And again, because I'm using the band this time around, I'm only gonna do 1 set, but if you're using dumbbells, go ahead and pause and then do, each arm. But we're gonna do 12 with a 10-second hold. Here we go. Pull those elbows straight back, good pause. And what I really want you feeling is that area behind the shoulder blades and your biceps. Again, you're not shrugging your shoulders up. You want to keep those Bad boys locked down and back. They like to creep up. And keep breathing. And reminder too, if you're using bands and one band feels too easy, you can always double up. Sometimes it's like, what do I have at home? One more and hold, and you're just kind of scraping by, so you can always double up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Now, like I mentioned at the beginning of upper body, if that felt like it was easy, I would recommend doing a whole another round. You can just repeat back that upper body section or the whole workout if you'd like. And then we're gonna finish up with some abdominal exercises and some low back exercises. So what I always like to say is there's so many ab exercises out there. If one doesn't work for you, that's okay. You can literally do any ab exercise that you like, but I am gonna start just with two that I really like. So the first one I'm gonna do is a seated torso rotation. So you're gonna bend your knees in to whatever is comfortable to you, and then you're gonna give your dog some pets, and then you're gonna hold your hands in front of you and just lean back as far as feels comfortable, and you're gonna rotate side to side, and I want that rotation to come from your torso. If this is uncomfortable for you, that's okay. Just go into a side plank. We're trying to work the obliques, or a front plank is fine too. If it's too easy with your feet on the floor, you can also elevate your feet up and rotate side to side. And then you can also hold a small weight. Just be careful that when you're holding a weight, you're not twisting us. Regardless, we never want to over twist, but make sure you're not really twisting too far. I'm gonna keep my feet on the ground, and I have minimal rotation because I'm only 8 weeks postpartum. My abs are still coming back together. So you go as far as you feel like you can with that rotation coming from your abdominals, and if you start to feel your low back, that is when you should be done. We're gonna aim for 12 on each side. Here we go. And your shoulders are following your torso, not the other way around. Staying nice and long, nice and controlled, try not to speed up. Two more on each side. All right, and then another ab exercise that I like to do that works a little bit more of the rectus abdominis and the transverse abdominis. We have a couple options for difficulty here as well, but you're gonna go ahead and lay all the way back on your back, and depending on your strength and kind of where you're at, you can either do one leg at a time or both legs together in any of these variations, and so you can do both legs up and then alternating with a bent knee, legs straight, one leg at a time, lowering down, or both legs together, lowering up and down. My abs are not up for even demonstrating both legs together. I'm gonna keep my knees bent, and if even having both legs up off the floor is too hard, just doing one leg at a time with the other on the floor is perfectly okay. So wherever feels good, I'm gonna demonstrate alternating, and I'm gonna try and get to 12 with bent knee, and we'll see how it goes. like I said before, you can always pick a different ab exercise. So get into position. Here we go. The whole time you want to be keeping that low back pressed into the mat. If you start to feel your low back come up, I want you to bring your intensity down a level. So down a variation. And try exhaling as you're lowering down. Keep that back pushed into the mat. Halfway. Doing great. Two more. Last one on each side. And you can do a 10-second lowering down if you'd like. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the last thing that we're gonna do is a back extension, because I always like to get some blood flow to that low back to finish. So we're gonna lay on your stomach, arms out to your side, and we're gonna lift your chest and your legs up and get that squeeze in that lower back area. Here we go. Try and stay nice and long. Two more, get that good squeeze. And we're gonna hold at the top. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, and that is a complete full body workout. Hopefully you were able to give it a try, follow along. If you have any questions, please, like I said, let me know in the comments or email me, and I hope everyone has a happy new year.